big news in the NBA. The NBA announced on Monday that LeBron James has been suspended for one game without pay, which amounts to about $248,000 in game check forfeiture for, quote, recklessly hitting Isaiah Stewart in the face and initiating an on-court altercation. It was also announced that Isaiah Stewart, who was left badly bloody after his face took the elbow from LeBron, had been suspended for 2 games without pay for, quote, escalating an on-court altercation by repeatedly and aggressively pursuing LeBron James in an unsportsmanlike manner. A lot to talk about here. For those of you who don't know exactly what happened, LeBron James, after a free throw trying to go up for a rebound, committed a just egregious loose ball foul on Isaiah Stewart of the Pistons. He cocked his entire arm and elbowed him in the face. It was a dirty play. I think we can all agree it was a bit of a dirty play. Do I think he intentionally meant to hurt him that bad? No. But do I think it was egregious? Yes. Now, I do agree. LeBron, one, should have been thrown out for that play, and he probably should have been suspended because it was a very, very big foul. It was a big foul, and it led to a dude getting his eye busted open. And I totally understand Isaiah Stewart being pissed. So the suspension on LeBron James is warranted. That's number one. Number two, Isaiah Stewart. So after this happens, Isaiah Stewart proceeds to be mad. Very, very, acceptably. Like, I understand why he's mad. That makes sense. So Isaiah Stewart is mad, and he squares up with LeBron James, obviously. Okay. Then his teammates hold him back. They break it up. Isaiah Stewart starts running to LeBron James or one of the Lakers players, and he wants to fight. All right. Again, just got cocked with an elbow in the face. Your face is bleeding. You see red. Don't blame you. His teammates and coaches talk him out of it, and he goes back. And then he does it again. And then they bring him to the back, and he starts running again, apparently trying to cut someone off in the back. It was a mess. And, all the while, the PA announcer in Detroit is saying fans do not get involved. Obviously both benches are involved. Like, it could have been a lot worse than it was, if quite frankly. And I do think Isaiah Stewart should be blamed for escalating that situation past what I believe to be acceptable and what I think most rational people would believe to be acceptable. Yes, LeBron James did a terrible thing by hitting Isaiah Stewart in the face. 100% true. And he should be suspended, and he was suspended. However, Isaiah Stewart's reaction to it, not the first time, not even the second time, but the third time, at that point, you have to stop. You absolutely have to stop. At that point, you're already gone. Your teammates have already pushed you away. I even understand once just running over, but after third time, you didn't need to do that. At that point, you are openly escalating the situation, and that really could have led to a open brawl. I am not even joking, and I'm not trying to make an analogy to the mouse at the palace because that is its own thing. This is nowhere near that. But it's sports. It's competitive. People have allegiances to their teammates, obviously. But man, oh man, so it is a powder cake sometimes. It's an emotional game, basketball. It's sports in general. It's emotional. It's a powder keg. And once you try to hit it too many times, once you light that flame too many times, things can get out of control pretty easily, right? So Isaiah Stewart just should not have escalated the situation more. That is why I do think the 2-game suspension is warranted in his case. And it is not a case of, oh my God, I think he deliberately, or I think, he wanted to create another big brouhaha, big brawl. I think he was pissed. I truly think he was pissed, and he wanted to fight because someone just basically elbowed him in the face. I get that. I totally get that. Who knows how any of us would react in that same situation? The issue is, In professional sports, you have to, at the end of the day, compose yourself to a point. At a point, you have to keep your composure. The second time your teammates bring you to the sidelines and just say, let it go, and you're like chilling out and you're like, whatever, don't play possum with them and be like, I'm good, and then start running. At that point, you start to take responsibility for what happens afterwards. And I think it's an important thing for the NBA as a league to say, this situation, even though it didn't lead to anything bad, man, oh man, we cannot allow, these types of things go unpunished. They have to. One, it's a liability thing. Two, it's a protecting the rest of the players thing. Three, protecting the brand. You don't want people fighting. And you don't want people to think escalating in any way like this is okay. We're there to watch the basketball. We're not there to watch people fight each other. So, again, I understand completely Isaiah Stewart being mad, being pissed, blood on his eye. I totally get it. But the third time, man, like after you've already gotten, pulled away twice, like it was unnecessary. And I totally get him being mad. It was just flat out unnecessary. And I know there's a lot of people out there who want to say, well, LeBron is more responsible because he started it. Yes, LeBron did start it. And had it just been that one time or even that second time Isaiah Stewart ran up to him, I would have said LeBron is still more culpable. But when Isaiah, or they're at least even after the second time. But when Isaiah Stewart came over the third time, I was like, oh, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Like, come on. Like, at that point, just like anyone who's been pulled off, like twice already, just let it go. At that point, everyone lets it go. Like, you can't. You got to compose yourself. I'm sorry. I totally get it. And who knows how any of us will react, but you got to compose yourself. That's just the truth. And again, LeBron should have been suspended for a game. He should be suspended. It is warranted because it was a dirty play. And that doesn't mean LeBron James is a dirty player now. It just means he committed a dirty foul. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.